What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everyone? I'm just waiting for things to load. Welcome, welcome. Waiting for a couple folks to get here. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Still getting the studio all situated. How's everybody doing today? Today we're going to go over some 2-5-1s in the minor key. What's up? I'm waiting for a few more folks to join. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? You see me all right? Drinking a little, I don't know, sparkling water. Starting the day off right. So last time I had a subscriber ask about minor 2-5-1s. Today we're going to go over minor 2-5-1s. We're not going to get through everything there is to know, but what I wanted to do is go over, in my opinion, the 3 most useful shapes that'll really get you there and it'll get the job done. So we got some folks here, so we can kind of dive in. All right, so we went over a 2-5-1. If you don't know what a 2-5-1 is, I would say this is, you should probably back up. I have a video about 2-5-1s already out, so go check that out and then come back, circle back. I'm gonna get the angle a little bit better so you can see my fretboard. All right, so let's say we are in the key of G minor. So our 2-5-1 would be an A minor 7 flat 5 to a D7. You can hear that, to an A minor. So once again, I'm going to repeat that. Our 2-5-1 in this example key of G minor would be an A minor 7 flat 5 to a D dominant 7 to a G minor. That sounds fine. It sounds a lot better when you add movement to your chords. So I'm going to use my first finger to create some movement here, right here on the B string. So just so you know, the shape is I'm using my middle finger to play the low E string 5th fret. I'm skipping the A string, and I'm using my ring finger to play the 5th fret as well, D string, and my pinky to play the G string, 5th fret. And then this first finger is going to be doing some tricky stuff. So we can do that on the B string. And it's creating some melodies. All right. We can also go like this. Create melodies. That's really the key to this thing, because 2-5-1s I think sound boring when they just go. It's kind of fun to have a little. And this shape is like the Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze shape. So I'm just playing it right here as a D7 sharp 9. Ben says, sounds like a lot of jazz minor swing songs. Absolutely. Here is another shape that I like a lot. It's almost the same as, like, if it's hard to see in the video, it's almost like an F dominant. But if you just take off, or like an F dominant 9, but just take off the middle finger, and you have this shape. So my first finger is playing a D string 7th fret, and then the middle finger is barring the 8th fret. So I can do this. use this hammer-on pull-off on the high E string, play this diminished shape, which is just a diminished on the 4th fret D string. You can slide that up and down, and then you can resolve to the G minor, which I'm playing like this. Wes Montgomery uses this all the time. So D string, 5th fret, G string, 7th fret, and then barring the B and the E string, like using this little reverse knuckle technique. So once again, that second motion is something like that, right? And here is the final little shape that I love. It's up here. Now most people would play like that, like this little shape, which it's kind of hard to see with all my fingers bunched together, but it's 12, 13, 12, 13, starting on the A string. 12, 13, 12, 13. So I like playing this shape. So I'm just displacing a couple notes. So I'm using my first finger. It's like, so X, 12, X, 12, 13, 10. And then I can play this D7 shape. You know, we can get kind of fancy with it, but not to get ahead of ourselves, we can do this shape. A D7, D dominant right here. That's just and we're trying to create movement to resolve to this G minor. So let's review everything. Trying to make melodies. You know, something like here. So those are our 3 little shapes, and I like throwing in the sharp 11. If you don't know what that means, I'd say don't worry. It sounds kind of like the I love that sound. I don't know. It's a really cool sound. But again, 2-5-1s, we're trying to make melodies. That's the whole goal of everything. Tension, release. Tension being the 2-5 and the release being the 1. So just know that when you're playing these shapes, when you're playing these chords, the 2-5 is like we're trying to add something weird. We're trying to do something melodic, but add some tension, right? And that's kind of, and then you can kind of like, you know, really go for it. But those are the 3 shapes I wanted to show you, and you can add lines. You know, you can add all these like crazy little bebop lines in between, and yeah, I don't know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to holler. Kind of just wanted to explain where I'm coming from, like the 3 most popular 2-5-1 shapes are. Because for me, that's where all the money is. Like right here, right here, right there, and then right up here. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you have any songs that you think include, like, have 2-5-1s. Any favorite songs? Most songs do, but just kind of curious what you guys are thinking, especially for minor 2-5-1s. If there's any songs that you really like that have that in it, have these 2-5-1s. What's up, Ben? Ben's asked, would using arpeggio lines over those moves in a blues context make sense? I know Josh Smith talks a lot about using 2-5-1s when playing through changes. Arpeggio. Okay, so let me get this straight. In a blues context, okay, so excuse me. In a blues context, yeah, you could totally do that. I rarely am using like arpeggios, I guess. I'm more trying to use linear lines. So like if we're playing in the key, I guess in G, in a blues, like if there was I guess the Parker blues would be the only instance where there's a lot of like minor 2-5-1s. If we go to F, like what is that, like confirmation or something, like those kind of Parker changes, that's where you could use minor 2-5-1s. But yeah, I guess you'd have to let me know specifically where in a blues context, because yeah, I'm just trying to think where that would happen. You know, if you're just playing in G blues. You know, I'm not sure where it would happen. Right? I guess you could play it right here. You could play it right there, like the 6. Yeah, okay, so now that I'm talking through it kind of makes more sense, you know. So if we're playing a G blues, you know. And then like we could kind of copy and paste what I just told you over like a B minor 7 flat 5 and then an E dominant. Does that make sense? And you can make a line, you know, like that kind of thing. Okay, that makes sense. More linear types of lines would be pretty cool. Like for instance, when switching to 1 and 4, using the 2-5 of the C chords in between. Yes, yeah, exactly, Ben. That does exactly. So Ben's asking like how to do 2-5-1s in blues. Not really. It's not really pertinent to like minor 2-5-1s. I should show you how to do the minor 2-5-1, but it's all good. I'll show you exactly. So like yeah, and then right here is where we would we just throw a 2-5-1 into our chord progression leading. You can kind of do it for like approaching any chord, which is really cool. Thanks for the question though, Ben. I wonder if we're using the 2-5. Any other questions from anybody? Any other favorite songs that use 2-5-1? I'll let you know. My favorite song that uses minor 2-5-1 is Stevie Wonder's All I Do. It's a real quick little sneaky thing. But yeah, it's super great song. They do something like this. Or all I do is think about you. And then it does this. Super quick, like super. Yeah, I love that movement, and these things can happen quick, and that's in a pop setting. There's a lot of other minor 2-5-1s in jazz. Night and Day, they use that. So yeah, this happens a lot, and just knowing how to make it musical, try using those 3 shapes I showed you. Really useful, and you'll have to kind of like copy and paste them in the appropriate places. And but yeah, those are the, for my money, those are the 3 And the way I think about it is that, like, one of them is rooted on the E string, of them is rooted on the A string, and one of them is rooted on the D string. So, like, we have our A minor, D7, right? And then we have our A minor rooted on the A string, the next string. Then finally our D string, our last little thing. So, yeah. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions, any other favorite songs that use minor 2-5-1s. But yeah, I just want to hop on. I'm going to definitely be doing a more in-depth video of 2-5-1s related to the minor. I'm going to do my little down ski. Because, yeah, stuff with tabs and that kind of thing. But yeah, if nobody has any other questions, I'm going to log off for the day. Thanks for tuning in, as always. So I'm going to start doing this at 10 a.m. Wednesdays. So just so you guys know, 10 a.m. Wednesdays, I'm going to be on YouTube Live. You can come on, ask me some questions. Yeah, and we can kind of go back and forth. Yeah, it's kind of rainy out today. But got to run some errands. Thank you guys so much. 10 a.m. Wednesdays is when I'm going to be doing this. So I'll see you next week. All right, take care.